Wow.
Finally, a girl in here. You bought your Scottish cape in there, what?
Well, Christmas cape.
Christmas cape.
It is a Christmas podcast, right?
Oh, you see, the girls know how to shop here.
Yes, we do.
Or a shirt and tie. What the heck?
Bosch. We need Bosch and Janganoo. Julian,
we start with.
Guys, I'm right back. Give me a second.
Hello?
You start without me, Beard. I'm right back.
Hello,
I gotta start. All right. Hello, Julian. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I can, sir. How are you?
Sweet. Awesome. Good.
All right. And we're missing somebody else, or is this it? It was just the two of us. I think there's a third. Either way, we can start off with you two. It's a pleasure to meet you. I don't think we've ever met in person here. I'm TrustedBeard. Janganoo, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself here?
Well, I'm just a lonely old Battlefield Twitch streamer. That's where I started, and then I worked my way up to different games as Battlefield kind of whimpered away and into the ground, I guess. It just wasn't the game I thought it would be, and yeah. So now I'm doing variety streaming and whatnot, and streaming almost every day at nighttime. And,
very cool.
Yeah.
Fire, if you could go ahead and share their Twitch handles here in chat, that would be wonderful. MissSannytater, how about you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm MissSannytater, and I stream on Twitch, and I joined the Battlefield community, I think, about a year ago.
Okay.
And met a lot of wonderful people, and well, they're all friends and family right now. So
they don't call it the best community in the world for
nothing. Yeah.
So,
very
yes,
true.
Very true. Yeah. And Bosch, welcome. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
And yes, I can. It's a pleasure to meet you. How you doing?
Good to you. How you doing?
Well, thank you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Introduce yourself to the crew.
Well, I'm Bosch with Hardcore League. Obviously, we're not doing anything anymore right now, but we're competitive Battlefield community, global community manager. So I'm one of the guys behind the scenes making stuff happen.
Part of the league there, very much like what you guys did there. So I appreciate all the work you guys did. Why don't we just kind of get into it here? A couple things you were grateful for this year. We'll start with you, Bosch, since we have you on screen.
Quite a bit, actually. Somewhat through tragedy. A couple months ago, I lost my father to suicide. Still don't know how to deal with that. This is, I don't know if you can see it.
Okay.
But I'm grateful for my friends and family. They made such a difference in my life. It's pretty unbelievable. Just little bitty things like one of my best friend's wives. When all this happened, I had to bring my mom to my house because she couldn't go home. And when she was here, she took a shower and all this, and the wife of one of my best friends come in and starts blow drying her hair and brushing her hair while she's sitting down. It's just the way my friends stepped in to help take care of me and my family were pretty ridiculous. My dad wasn't just my dad. He was my best friend. He was my helper at work. There's nobody besides my wife and daughter that I spent more time with. So through that tragedy, I am unbelievably grateful for my friends and family.
That's nice. That's nice to hear. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank, I don't know if you were listening to Deadeye a few minutes ago, but I'd like to think you were kind of the product of what Deadeye has done for his child and given him the support, the love, and everything that he needed, because it just seems like you two were so incredibly close. And to lose somebody like that has got to be horrible. But it seems like your father did a tremendous job raising you and shaping you to be the person you are today, which is wonderful work. And we can switch over here to Janganoo. We got the little quick intro. Why don't you tell us a couple things about what you're grateful for this year?
Oh man, it's been rough over here. I'm in California in the Bay Area, and
Ugh.
the COVID thing just is it's nuts over here. Especially California. So people get a little antsy around here, and this last year was terrible. It was just terrible for the whole Bay Area, I would say, and so it scared me half to death. And luckily I still have not got it yet, but a lot of people I know have gotten it, and it's a scary thing. And so I'm grateful for my health, man. I'm grateful for my family and my friends that have stayed close. It sucks that I can't go hang out with them like I usually did, especially last year. Every weekend, always hang out with friends, stream, go to work. Now it's just once it hit, it's just totally
Mhm.
different things. I'm very grateful for those things. And then, you know, the one thing that has also kept me going is playing all these amazing new games. I've gone away from Battlefield, and I
Yeah, you
played like
rocking it.
I played some of the best games of my life, dude. Like this is some crazy stuff. I was really happy. So I'm grateful for all those developers that put in all that
Yeah.
work. I
Yeah,
mean,
they saved us.
I'm
They
playing
saved.
Cyberpunk right now, and I praise the developers for putting on that work, and it just kind of sucks that the overlords had to put it out before they even finished the damn thing. But
uh,
I'm grateful for just put people working their asses off to put out great games, man. It's been a fantastic couple years.
yeah, those
It's
guys. Those
it's
guys
in
saved. Oh, go ahead, Missy. I'm sorry.
no, sorry, me, but it's interesting that you say it because I thought about it. Yes, I thought about it before because I thought about a question I could ask related to Battlefield because I mean, here are a lot of Battlefield persons here. If you think about it, like so many people were hating on Battlefield, right? But what is the one thing you're grateful for that this game didn't turn out the way it did? And I mean, Julian here said it, like if Battlefield wouldn't have been that way, he would have probably never played all these other games. If Battlefield 5 would have been great, everything he was
Yeah,
looking forward to, he would probably stick with Battlefield still and would have never played the other games.
Yeah.
So thank you.
yeah, but
Thank you,
then I
Dice.
yeah
you
then I
know?
would be grateful for Battlefield at that point. I'd be like, oh my god, look at all this content, bro! Like this is crazy. Look at the Russians and everything. Like,
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
God, they left all that
Oh,
stuff out.
and sorry, I wasn't here when you tuned in, Bosch, by the way. That's the first time I see you, by the way. We talk so much over
Hey.
Discord. It's so great to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really, it's
Thank you. It was an honor to be a part of this. I feel kind of a little bit out of place because I'm not currently a part of, in the community the way I was before. So honored to
well.
be here.
Look, I mean, we talked about that before, and I totally respect, you with everything which was going on in your life. I mean, damn, you just need your time for yourself. And I said it before, it's the best thing you can do is take time for yourself till you feel better. And like I said, whenever you're ready, I always have a place here in GWC if you ever feel like you want to, do something
I
with
do.
us or
I feel
whatever.
like I have so much to give. It's just
No,
need to
it's
get back to where I can. Cup of
no,
overflowing and not draining. So
We're here to help you, and then when
exactly,
you're
exactly.
ready, you can come back and help us. I did want to say this to you though. Maybe this means something to you. I found Battlefield 1. That was like the first Battlefield I ever knew, and I came into Battlefield 5 with a group. We were going to lead a clan. We were going to do all this stuff. We were going to take down the world, right? And slowly people opened up things to me, and one of the first things that was introduced to me was Discord and the Hardcore League server. Um, that
Yeah.
was the most eye-opening thing for me. The way it was run, the way it was, the way everything was done there, and seeing your name just written all over all over the Discord there. That was the person I actually wanted to get to and get to meet and learn from.
Yes.
You
Same.
were somebody I never knew. I never knew what your face looked like. Apparently Mizzy still doesn't know what your face looks like until today.
this
But
isn't really me. I'm actually wearing a mask.
It's a
but
green screen in front of his face.
you built something, and though you had to put it down, there was other people that saw what you had created and still carry the torch to this day. And maybe variations or other things, but this is the best community in the world. and you're a
100%
damn big
agree with that.
and you're a damn big reason for that. So I'd like to really thank you, you know, and I know Deadeye was involved in the hardcore league as well. But you know, Mizzy apparently as well too. Very little I know, but you made
Yeah,
an
it was an
impact
eye
on me.
opener for me too. I have never seen a community which was such as professional as the hardcore league. And I remember when I was joining your website at that time first, I was like, wow, there are so many great ideas in there. Yeah, it's so detailed, like how they try to get the community to engage with each other. And I felt like so like I think the problem is at the end, like for people like Bosch, you know, you put so much work into that, you know, so much details, and so not many people see that, you know, not many people see, you know, what you actually created there, you know. And then I mean, I don't know if anyone knows that in the chat what hardcore league is or was, and then you have to let go of it again. I mean, how do you look at it actually in retrospective? Do you look, I mean, hardcore league didn't go the way you wanted to, guys. We can say that.
It it hurts.
But
It hurts that decisions by EA and Dice was not, to our opinion, was not handled to the best of. They to us, they listened to the wrong people.
mhm,
And we had meetings with the top of EA people, top of Dice people. They seemed very enthused and happy with all of our, like you said, with all of our ideas and what we came out with. But
mhm,
I believe that there were people above them that decided to take the game in a different direction. Um,
mm,
and it's very disappointing because I'm quite optimistic to see what this next game is going to be like. Because I think they've kind of learned from, just my guess is I think they've learned from some of their mistakes.
my biggest question for you was why I was getting to the point was in retrospective,
Did I cry about it? Yeah, I cried.
no, what are you grateful for, even though it didn't work out the way you wanted to?
What am I grateful for?
Mhm,
The community. It was very easy for me to be the community manager because I love people. I love every single one of you guys.
mhm,
I would do absolutely anything I could to help the good guys because in competitive gaming, you have the most extreme assholes you can possibly imagine. Because of arrogance.
yes.
They just think they're bad shit because they can kill people in a video game, which is silly.
Oh
It
yeah.
has nothing to do with real life.
Oh yeah.
So to deal with those people, basically all of my staff members, I tell them you got to look at everybody. You got to treat them as your best friend. You got to treat your best friend the same way you would your enemy, and your enemy the same way you would your best friend.
Mhm,
Nobody is treated different, no matter what. No matter what they've done in the past, you always treat them the same. Um, and just my love for the gamers. I mean, I've had hours of conversations with the most toxic people in the world because they were going through depression because I care about them. That is what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the community. Um, to see people reach out to people that they don't know because they hear of a tragedy
mhm,
or they want to bless somebody. Um, I mean, I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but there was somebody in the community recently that was, going through depression and stuff like that. And, we all got together and put together money for them and, was able to help them out that way. Um, it's just the community. We're a family, even though,
mhm,
like somebody said earlier, I can't remember who exactly it said it. I mean, we're all over the world, different parts of the world, and
mhm.
we reach each other. For me, that's what I'm grateful the most is the community. I struggle from extreme depression, and I deal with it a little bit now because of a little bit different revelations in what's going on with that. Um, but Hardcore League, the gaming community, Battlefield got me through more than I would have ever thought. I can see it now, reflecting back. Um, but I'm very grateful for the community.
Great, thank you. What about you, Sanitator? What are you grateful for in 2020?
I think just my family and friends and everyone on the community as well, and us here still having our health. I don't really know bad things because I've never really experienced very, very, very bad things. I still have both my parents, and I've never really had, grandpa and grandma and stuff like that. But that's like normal because they're older and you expect them to eventually go. Grateful for my family, grateful for my little girl, my 4-year-old little girl. Grateful for how we raise her. Just the other day, it was not very funny, but very strange. You try to teach her to be grateful as well, be grateful for everything. And under the Christmas tree, there were some presents. And we were like excited because we had some presents for her, and she was unpacking one, and it was a school bag with Elsa on it from Frozen. And she was unpacking it, and she started unpacking a little bit, and she was like, "This is not what I wanted." 4 years old. "This is not what I wanted." I was like, "Oh my God, what did you just say?" Oh,
I know
was
that
like,
one.
I don't care. I don't care. Even if you get socks underneath that freaking tree, be grateful that you get something. There are children out there that don't even get presents. That's what we said to her. We were like, "Oh my God, no, don't." But it's also a bit the age. They don't really get it. They just
Yeah,
want
exactly.
things. And
Yeah, it's the age. You can't do nothing about it. That's why. Yeah,
But
no,
I
I
think
feel you.
Yeah, but I think it's very important to also teach your children the same things, because we're grateful for everything, the stuff we have and everything that we have around us. We have internet, we have water, we have warmth, we have it all. Friends, family, surrounded by loved ones, even the community. I feel so much love from the community. It's really like accepted in a family.
I have a question in that regards. And I don't know if I'm a little bit blindsided, because with Gamers Who Care, I feel I attract a lot of love, so to speak, you know.
Mhm.
But do you have the feeling in 2020 the community love kind of gets stronger during COVID, that the support gets even more?
Yeah.
I think so.
How about you, Julian?
I suppose. I mean, my community that it's on Twitter and whatnot. I don't know if I follow most of the people in the Gamers We Care community, but I suppose. I mean, there are a lot of people are struggling out there, and I see a lot of love around some of the Battlefield um, communities out there even on Twitter and whatnot. So yeah, there's a lot of support out there for sure.
It's interesting, right? So I think something positive has happened in point of, just being there. By the way, my cough is getting really bad right now. I'm muting myself in between.
You
I
know
don't
the
know.
COVID.
I'm don't. Please stop it. But it's really getting worse right now for me, so I'm muting myself in between. So if you see I can't speak no more, you just have to dig in right now. I have Beardus, by the way, he's coming back. His dog is trying to shit on his floor, so he has to go out with him.
What?
So he had to go out.
Oh
Let me ask you some quick, easy questions. Point of being grateful, and whoever has an answer for us, just shoot out here. So, wait, let's start with something easy. What made you laugh or smile today? And you all can answer, by the way, in the chat as well. What made you laugh or smile today? Something easy, something small.
My mom was over and she woke me up because I've been having a lot of bad sleep lately, and that made me smile right away. I was like, "It's good to see mom," and yeah, we were gonna watch a movie, but I told her, I was like, "Hey, I got a Zoom meeting I gotta go to," and she was like, "Okay, afterwards then." But yeah, that made me smile for sure.
This wasn't today. It was yesterday, I believe. So they were doing work on my street, replacing water lines and stuff. And my daughter, who is 2, loved watching the backhoes and stuff digging. I mean, we would go out there and talk to the construction workers and whatnot. So for Christmas, we got our little Lego backhoe set, and she loves playing with that. And she's sitting there playing with her backhoe yesterday, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that you love your backhoe. Daddy actually uses his backhoe a lot, especially when I drink coffee.
Mhm.
You know, using the bathroom. she she
Man.
she did this little like, okay, cool. Like she was actually trying to think about what I said and trying to, I don't know, figure it out. It was funny. 2-year-olds,
Yeah.
their joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking- They're
I am
surprising you so many times, right? Sanitator, what about you? What made you smile? I mean, you're smiling and laughing all the time. You probably just need to think about like, well, 10 minutes ago.
True. I think the biggest smile on my face was today we actually went to the animal store because next weekend we're going to go get a puppy.
Ooh.
And
What's that behind you that keeps moving around?
it's a cat.
Okay.
You make
In the
Christmas
basket.
tree. In the
Yeah.
basket, there's a cat. There's a cat. It's Amy. my
Amy.
my
Hey,
doll
Amy.
my doll face cat. Wait.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, God.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
I will come up.
Yeah, they just asked what made you laugh or smile today.
My dog.
You try to poop on
She's
your
staring at me
carpet.
right now, though. I know I had to take him out. Sorry, I had to run quick.
Oh, good. Don't worry.
He's still staring at me, though. Come here.
I have a freaking cough attack right now, so I just said if you may have to step in, Beard. Did you answer the question?
No.
Answer the question, girl. Go.
Well, we went to get stuff for the puppy, and well, another one with the little girl, my little daughter. She was just running around the store, so excited and so happy, and we're going to get a puppy, and just being very excited and trying to help with everything and trying to pick out new toys, and I want that one for the puppy, and that really made me laugh.
Yeah, that's nice. I would love to have a puppy too, actually, but I don't know.
They're a lot of work.
Exactly. I don't feel like more work right now. You know, it's my sister. Actually, it's funny because you know my sister is right now over and she's visiting me, and I didn't see her for quite a while. And we don't have any pets, but every time my sister comes around, she's bringing her 2 cats with her, and I love that time. I love having these 2 cats with her here. But I'm also glad when she's leaving that she takes them with her, so I don't need to clean up no more. But I don't know. With the kids and around, you know, my daughter already asked me, I want a cat, a baby. What did she say? She said, can we have a cat, a baby?
A baby.
Yeah, she right now talks a lot about having another baby, and I was like, no, and no.
No.
Like a dog. Yeah, she said like, can we have a cat, a dog, or a baby? And I was like, no.
But cats aren't that high maintenance.
No, cats
Depends.
are easy.
Depends how much hair they lose. And these cats of my sister, they lose a lot of hair. There's always lying hair. I don't know. It's too much hair for me.
This one doesn't.
I love my cat.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather not meow. Like if you're not in the same room. He's very needy, but he also plays fetch. Like I could sit there and throw his toy like 7, 8, 15 times and go get it and bring it back.
Yeah,
Cats are
I mean,
sometimes.
I maybe we get on a point we get a cat or a dog. I don't know yet, but right now I can't see it. Like maybe in 2 or 3 years. I don't know yet.
Why don't you just meet in the middle and get like a little baby crocodile or something?
There we go.
Yeah.
I like
How
them.
about a house pig?
My dad had pet pigs. He worked on he worked on a pig farm.
They're smart, right? Pigs are
Yeah,
supposed to be
very
pretty
They
smart.
are very smart.
Yeah. Do they poo wherever? Can you put them in like a cat?
You have
like a-
to. I
I
think
have
you
no
have
idea.
to
I've
go.
never
You have to go
approached
out with them, like with the dog. I think you have to
Yeah.
go out with them, like with the dog. and make them poor. We actually had that topic today. Asked my sister the same thing. I think, what about housebake? Actually, what do they do? Like, are they using the cat thingy?
That might be
or,
a sign that that's what you need to get.
One more question. Not only one, but another question. What's a hard lesson that you were grateful for to learn? What's something,
What was the question?
like what's a hard lesson that you were grateful to learn? Like something which didn't go the way you wanted to, for example, but you're grateful for because you learned something from it.
I mean, I can start quick if you guys don't have one. I got pulled over for I had expired tags. We were messing around with marijuana in the car, and I ended up having a year's worth of probation. It was 6 months, and the hard lesson was this. After my first 6 months, I had a probation officer. I was still doing drugs while I was on it. She just didn't piss test me. And my parents found out about it. And like on my last probation officer meeting, my parents had found out and came down and drove there with me. The probation officer literally closes the book on the case and says, "You're done." And my mother says, "Doesn't he need a piss test?" And I said, "Oh, Mom, what are you doing to me?" Fail the piss test, 6 months more of probation. That 6 months more of probation is what saved me. It wasn't the first 6 months. It was my mom saying, "Doesn't he need a piss test?" That saved me. Otherwise, I'd still be doing all sorts of drugs, and I probably wouldn't even be here anymore. But it was that second time that my mom said that, and as bad as it was, right? It was all over. It was done with. And I think the case would have even been closed and thrown away, and nobody would have ever seen it again. But it's on my record now. But I don't care. I'm more grateful for the fact I learned my lesson, and I am now who I am today, because I wouldn't have been if my mom didn't do that. So as painful as it was for 6 months, it's a painful freaking lesson.
Did you ever say thank you to your mom, by the way?
Yes. Yep. I've said thank you. I've said thank you a couple times.
For that specifically, I mean,
specifically that. Yep.
Interesting.
100%.
Very interesting.
That's very cool.
Thank you for sharing. Anyone else here?
Yeah, I did mine. Your turn.
Amen after me. That's good.
I talk too much. I'm waiting for them to go.
I can't think of like a good something to tell that's not too personal. I don't know. I mean,
You're in a safe
afraid
place.
to throw yourself out there? Yeah, we're all here.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could sugarcoat it. I don't know.
That's fine.
No, don't worry. You don't have to say anything you don't feel comfortable. Don't let
Most
fear
of us like
push you
sugar.
into something.
I don't know. I felt like when I was in college, I regretted doing a specific thing that I wanted to. I was very passionate about this specific thing, and I wanted to share it to a lot of people. And I feel like I was too forward, and I wasn't myself. I wasn't acting like myself. And somebody, one of my close friends in college was like, you're acting out of character because of this thing you discovered or something. It was stupid too, but after that, once I got out of that, and I failed. I was trying to get into like a fraternity at the time, and I couldn't get in, and it was because some of the guys were like, you rubbed them the wrong way or you acted weird or something. It was because of that one thing I wanted to like share my passions with. And it was like, I know this kind of sounds weird, but it's not what you think.
Doesn't. No, it doesn't.
But yeah, so I'm just grateful for that. I was a roommate of mine that talked to me about that, and I was like, okay, I should really act normally next time. I think you get so passionate about a certain thing, and then you just like, God, I was such an idiot, or like, or you read like things you wrote in the past, like even just little things for like school and so I was like,
Mhm.
God, I was a terrible writer, you know? Like,
Or you pick
but
up a joint and smoke some weed right in front of a cop's face like I did. I mean, you know, there's so
yeah,
many stupid things. But we grow, right? That's what it is. You grew and you learned from it.
exactly. Yeah, I was very I you know,
I
I
was
was
so when it comes down to cops, I was so lucky in my
yeah.
life. I did so many stupid things.
I was
I,
lucky. It was mostly my brother that did all the stupid stuff in front of cops and whatnot. I was always there for him to like calm him down. I was kind of like opposite.
uh, hey,
But
well, we need
yeah, it's
somebody
just
like you.
I always felt like that person is like I'm always open to, you know, talk with, and I had a lot of people come talk with me about a whole bunch of
Cool.
personal stuff. So I always felt like you know, that mediator or that person that someone can openly come and talk to, you know.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Sanitator, do you
Yep.
have any story you would like to share? You don't have to, by the way. It's not really like I say, guys. I can ask a question, but if you don't feel like answering, you just say possible.
Well,
And
she
just
plays good
move on.
cop. I play bad cop. So answer the question. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
I'm actually quite a good girl. I
Oh
never did
boy.
very. Nah, I know. I'm sorry. No, my mom always said, you can try everything, you can do everything as long as you just play an open book and tell me what you did, and that's actually always what I did. I did naughty stuff, but I always came clean to my mom eventually to just tell her, "Oh,
Yeah.
mama, that one time I told you I was sleeping over at a friend's house. I was actually sleeping over somewhere outside, not at a friend's house. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
maybe
that's
I
nice.
smoked sometime, but not. I just tasted it one time, and I just started coughing, and
Oh, look, it was more about, it doesn't have to be something big. Well, the question was really related to, um, I think the point what I was getting at is sometimes, we do something
Sure.
stupid or shitty or whatever, we have something which doesn't go the way we want to. And I think the second we do it or we did it, we feel very awful, right? We have this feeling inside where we think like this is, the worst day of my life. But if you look at it from another perspective, like a few years gone, you realize this had to happen because I learned this or that from that. And so you can turn this shitty feeling into gratefulness. Um, that's just I think, you get the point. Um, if you have any story if you have any story which comes to your mind now, it's great. Otherwise, I would say let's just move on. Try.
I think the only thing that maybe would come to mind for me is actually with Mr. Orange, my husband. We've been together for so long, and the only thing is that you make mistakes towards each other, and you keep learning that that it takes work to be together for the amount of time we've been together. It doesn't come naturally anymore. So I think that's the only thing that I could think of, that I've made mistakes towards him just by doing stuff that he doesn't like, or the other way around, and that you always have to talk about it.
Yeah, being grateful, right? It's progress.
Yeah, yeah, and
I guess you're
grateful that we're still together. Of
probably pretty
course.
grateful you have an understanding husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
sure he's grateful he has an understanding wife. You
Yeah.
know, that's important though. Sometimes the relationships never get past that. It's that recognition factor that we were talking about earlier in the show. Just recognizing to be grateful, or recognizing somebody else is putting themselves out there for you, and to show some appreciation back. And maybe that's all it takes is to kind of get things going and started on the right foot. I mean, I always say extend that olive branch kind of thing. So it's great that there are two people, you and your husband, that are both so understanding of each other. That's wonderful. I had my own question here. What is one skill you're grateful that you can do well, or grateful for that you can do well? What skill do you do well that you're grateful for? Bosch, I think I'm intrigued to hear your answer on this.
The ability to look at just about anything, especially mechanically, and fix it. I've never walked into any job and not moved up as high as I can possibly go. I've never moved into any situation that said, well, that can't be done. I can build and repair, in my mind, absolutely anything on the planet. Like literally
That's
anything on
awesome.
the planet.
So he's the dream husband.
I might
No,
be able to
that's
change my
quite the
oil.
opposite, because when I do this all
Nice.
day at work, you know,
But
I
there's the
build master
possibility
bathrooms. So
that you
I build
can
like
do that.
$40,000 bathrooms, and I have a crappy bathroom.
You build enough of them, you don't need one yourself, I guess.
All right. What the thing about building the other ones? Other people are paying for them. So
That's right. That's
Yeah.
very right. How about you, Janganoo?
I'm thankful for my eye-hand coordination. My whole life, I've just been able to like pick up any sport, anything, pick up a racket and just start like, oh, this is easy. I can hit a tennis ball, no problem. I can bounce it up like when we're like in PE or whatever. And yeah, and then I brought to like someone gave me a controller on the N64. I just brought it up. I was like, man, this is easy, you know. And then then I went into the PC and mouse and keyboard. So eye-hand coordination, man, just came easy to me. I guess I'm just grateful for that.
that's awesome.
Heck yes.
That's what I hate about good players, you know? They just pick something up and say like, oh, that's easy, you know? And you're running around like, can I get this fucking shot here? And it's like, you know, give me a break.
It brings
Good
to
for
mind.
you.
So I've got a relatively new member. He's part of my Call of Duty competitive team, and he's amazing. I got him Battlefield 5. I'm bringing all of them over.
No.
We're taking all the Call of Duty. I got him no, he likes it. He loves the game. The game's in a good state now, especially since if you haven't played it in a year and a half, it's in a good place now.
I haven't.
What, Battlefield 5?
Yeah, it's not in a horrible place now. Most of the bugs are, well, compared to what it was. And again, I'm grateful
I
for the
guess.
progress, considering from where it was to where it is now. He picked up the sticks. He was a level 26. He's played, how many games is that? And he's going 88 and 11 on like an Al Marj map. It's insane. So I'm grateful for
Thank God
him
for
because he's
Kronos.
going to be on my comp team for next Battlefield.
Nice.
How about you, MissSannytater? What skill do you have that you're grateful for?
I think my job. I'm a veterinarian technician, and I've always been able to see the things in animals. I've had internships, and then I always picked out the animals that were a little bit mwah. And yeah, I just love doing my job. So
So you're an animal whisperer. Is that
yeah,
Animal
kind of.
whisperer. Right.
I had this one time. I worked at a shoe shop. That was actually before I even did the job. And this woman was sitting on the couch thing that we had, and she had like this Maltese kind of dog, a little white one. And she was sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, it's a cute puppy." I was like, "Oh," and I started petting it, and she looked at me as if someone just died. She was like, and I was like, "What?" She was like, "Well, normally no one can pet him." And I was like, "Okay." Oops. And also at my job, they call me the cat whisperer.
There you go.
Oh, because the cats stay
Very cool.
quite calm with me. So I'm glad and I'm grateful to be able to help the animals that need help. And I'm good at it.
It means you're very trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When animals like you, it means you're very trustworthy.
Yes.
What's an aspect of how you were parented for which you feel grateful? Sanne?
What do you mean?
How so your parents, they've influenced your life in many ways. They've taught
Yeah.
you, and I mean, I think you briefly went over this with your mother. What aspect of her, and I think I already have the answer, but what aspect of your mother, and how she parented you, are you grateful for? What did she do well to influence you in a positive way?
Well, she was always there for me, and
Mhm.
she always said, "You just follow your heart and do what you want to do."
Mhm.
And I remember that I wanted to go on horseback riding, and she was like, "Okay, okay." And years later, I heard that she's actually quite scared of horses.
Oh wow, so she did it for you.
And she was always there. She was always there. And I was like, "Oh, Mom, look at this horse and come here and pet it." And she was like, "No, I can see it from a distance." And years later, I just heard that she was terrified of horses. And still, she came with me and she never let me know. I never felt it in her as well, that she was terrified of horses. So she was
That's
always there for me, and always. And that's something I'm grateful for as well.
that's what a parent does. It's also what a leader does. And whether you three know it or not, and the rest of the crew that came through here, you all three are leaders. In any facet, whether it's Bosch with you running Hardcore League, whether it's you two running your streams, you're leaders. You influence people, and you have that right mentality. It's just beautiful you know to see that and to support those streamers that are like that, because you are leaders and you have that same power among the people that follow you that your mother had over you, MissSannytater. So you have that same influence, I'm sure, or at least a similar influence. Maybe not the same mom as mom, but you still do have that influence, and it's nice to see that I can tell you pass it on to your viewers, and of course to the animals that you love so very much.
Thank
Uh,
you.
A
how
lot of
about
my viewers, call me Papa Janganoo or Uncle Julian.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
some of
yes,
my
I'm the father figure of the
yeah,
battlefield community.
some of my members call me dad too,
Oh
but
gosh.
in a joking manner, but at the same point, it's you know
I actually
you have
hate
a
when people call me
responsibility.
mommy. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh,
It's a sign of respect, and it's something
No, it's
as
for me. It's a sign of disrespect. I don't want to be called mommy by anyone.
Wait, why is
I
it
have fucking
disrespect?
kids. That's enough. Oh, no, I'm telling you, I don't see it, man. But maybe
yeah.
it's a woman
I can
And
thing.
see
that,
that.
do you get disrespected if somebody says ma'am? Like,
No,
okay.
no, I wouldn't think
I
about
think
it.
it's weird if somebody calls you mommy, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't think they're trying to be
I
disrespectful
think
to you.
No.
look, okay, I have to give you
Weird
properly
champ.
I have to tell you when that happens. When that happens normally, I mean, Bosch, we know each other from the time when I try to build up, the competitive side in my platoon,
I
right?
have so much respect for you and what you, but go ahead.
So, and what happened was when, what you said before, when you try to build a competitive platoon, you have a lot of ego running around. And when every time, when we got to the point where something, didn't go the way they wanted to, then they brought up the, oh, mommy was talking, you know. And this is when I
That's
was
fine.
like, this is disrespectful, and I don't like that. But I also couldn't say anything about it, because that for me it was really difficult, because leading a team as a woman, it's I felt like the line between that they see it as I'm bitching around is very, very, very small, So that's why I said, if you remember the tournament we had with you guys on the Firestorm event, right? And my guys didn't follow the rules. And then you guys pulled me in and said, we have to have a talk. And they said, you guys didn't follow the rules. We have to kick you out, of the tournament, even though we were right on top leading. And I said, yeah, go ahead. And
It
everything was quiet, you were not talking, like, what the fuck is going on? Normally people are
it
arguing.
hurts so bad to make that decision, but I mean, just like what I said
No, it's the
before,
right
like your
thing.
yeses got to be yeses and your no's got to be no's. I don't care who you are. If you're the top team in the world, if you break the
Exactly.
rules, you got to do what you do. And the way you handled that, me, Dad, and Mason, we you gained so much respect from us that day. It was ridiculous. I mean, top notch. A lot of leaders, team leaders in competitive teams, do not handle things the right way, and you just nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the right thing to do. I mean, I totally failed still. I never built the competitive platoon I wanted to, to say that out loud here. If I look back, I didn't build the platoon I wanted to. But I'm grateful for the experience of trying to build this platoon. I learned so much. I learned so much about what I do not want. I learned so much about people. I did try everything. I didn't go, the easy way, but I failed at the end. But I also gained, I'm friends with you guys now,
Did you fail? Did you fail? I really don't think you did. Like, I think you didn't
I don't
fail. I
think
think
so
it was
at
just
all.
a path leading to this, because if you didn't
Yes,
have
that's true,
XLGN, you would have
yes.
never met me.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
didn't do that, you would have never met me, and we wouldn't have created Gamers We Care. So again, looking at it again from that grateful side, you can look at the negative side, or you can look at all the positive that was created out of this. And I mean, I guess this is what this whole episode here
Yes.
really was all boiled down to in a nutshell. It's out of the negative. There's so many positive things and so many things that we can and should be grateful for.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that was kind of the way I wanted to say. I mean, if it's just like if the plan from the beginning, what I tried to build, yes, I didn't do it. But at the end, it's not the goal you have to reach. It's more like just go on the road and keep going. And then sometimes, the road is shifting and you just turn around and go another way. And absolutely, you're absolutely right. Um, but yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I think I switched topics again.
No,
I shut up.
no,
Topic
we were
rotated,
we
Lindsay.
were all on we
Jeez.
were all staying on topic here. I think that was
Yeah, I was talking about XAGN.
no, oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well,
but the parenting question. Yeah,
oh, the parents, we never
the
finished
first
off
thing.
what parenting. Yeah, I guess we finish up with that here.
Oh,
Who do we
right.
have? Janganoo. We got off topic a little bit, but who cares? It's good conversation. Janganoo and
Yes.
Bosch, you still owe us.
I'm
Right.
still, yeah, I'm
Hmm.
pretty much echoing what MissSannytater said. My parents were always there, and that's a huge thing. Like
Mhm,
for any child,
mhm.
I have a brother, and he had problems when he was young, and they're always there. I was always like watching and trying to help out, and they taught me that lesson of be there for your loved ones. Don't stray away. And that shows compassion and a whole bunch of different character traits. For anybody. So it's a huge thing. Parenting is a huge thing for mental health and all that. So that's one thing definitely I'm grateful for.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Mr.
Yeah.
Bosch.
Um, for me, what they taught me the most, I mean, they were never like super awesome financially and things like that. My dad had a bunch of patents pending, and he could invent stuff, especially with metal. He was a metal fabricator, just pure artwork. But what they showed me was love and respect for others. Before my mom and dad got married, my mom made my dad promise that they would never fight in front of me or my sister. Or obviously they didn't know they were going to have two kids, but and
Did
they never
they?
did.
They
I
never did?
cannot. No,
That's
I cannot remember
amazing.
one argument
Oh my
ever. I mean, they
goodness.
had they had disagreements, but never what you would consider an argument
Mhm.
ever.
I mean,
The entire
you're the
time.
kid now, Bosch. You know how difficult that
I
is, right?
I have three kids. I have
You have
a
three kids. Oh, I didn't even know.
23-year old, 20-year old, and a 2-month old. Yes,
And
I'm old.
and you know how difficult that is, right? Not to argue in
It
front of kids.
no, me and my wife didn't make it. I mean, I love my wife, but I mean,
No, I
Like,
mean it's normal in a
that-
relationship. I mean, I definitely yelled at my husband like big time. I'm one time only big time, and I never expected me to do so, and I never did it. I only did it one time in front of my kid. I was like, okay, I never do that again. It was horrible.
right.
And I
But that
definitely
is a
regret
memory
it.
that I cherish, and I tell people that, and it's always the same. Like, what? It's like, we didn't argue. But yeah, just to love and to cherish the people around you
Yeah.
and treat them with respect.
Same way you want to be treated, right?
Right.
I think that's what it's about.
I
It's
have a
really
funny
nice.
question. Can I have a
Go.
funny question, Craig?
Go.
What kind of TV show are you grateful for in 2020?
Oh, that's a silly question.
Yeah, I know.
The Mandalorian, of course.
Duh.
Yeah, I haven't watched
That was
any of it. I feel like
amazing.
I'm missing out.
Wait, what?
All right, let me hang up this podcast now. Can we?
What show that is?
I shouldn't have said anything.
What? What did
Baby
you say?
Yoda. It's Baby Yoda. I haven't watched any
Mandalorian?
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, have you
Mandalorian.
not seen it?
Do you like
It's
Star
not-
Wars
I'm
at
not
all, or
spoiling it. I'm not spoiling
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but I'm not watching it because everybody else is
Oh.
watching it. I think I just want to not watch it because everybody else is watching it.
Yeah,
Can't, be,
you
part,
should watch
can't be
it.
part of the craze.
Watch it. Watch it.
I can
See,
get what, the free
um,
month Disney Plus subscription? Is that what it is?
Mhm.
I'm a
I'll do it.
humongous Star Wars fan. Robo Lance. It is by far the best Star Wars ever.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
none of the movies are better than this.
damn.
I prefer Rogue One out of all of the.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
me
big
too.
movies.
Rogue One is
Love that one.
good.
I always start with that one if I
Family
want to
movie.
rewatch everything.
So why do you
Start
say
with
it's a
Rogue
silly
One.
question? It's a very serious question here.
Because
Oh,
everybody's
man.
answer should be Mandalorian.
Oh.
That's it. I don't know.
100%
wait.
agree.
How about
That's
Expanse?
funny. All right. Well, then I guess I will be probably messaging you, Bosch, in a month saying I am grateful to you for telling me to watch The Mandalorian because I haven't listened to anybody else yet.
You will greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
You will cry. You will cry. I cried. I cried at the last episode of season 1. You will fucking
Really?
cry.
Wow.
Wait till season 2 of last episode.
Yeah, I know. I didn't
All
cry
right.
there. I don't know why.
I'll let
I
you
don't know
guys-
how you can get
You're not a real fan.
through not knowing. I don't know. That would kill me.
No, it was a great show. It was a
Okay.
great show. I loved it.
I'm grateful for Jon Favreau. Somebody wrote that. Orange.
He's
I
the
just
one
want
who
to say-
created
Orange and
that.
Griff.
He
Ah, okay.
created that.
John
Mandalorian.
Favreau. Yeah.
I hope they turn everything over to him.
Oh yeah.
All things Star Wars.
I hope then that he doesn't turn into
And what's his name from Clone Wars?
Dave Filoni.
There's actually been a lot of directors on Mando.
Can you guys hear me?
Um,
Dave Filoni? Dave Filoni? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
There we
yep.
go.
Wow.
But what if George Lucas turns, not George Lucas, John Favreau turns into George Lucas? Then we
Then
have a
that's a good
problem.
thing. You should not blaspheme George Lucas.
Wait, isn't Jon Favreau the actor, like the heavyset actor?
Yes.
He is, but he
He's
also
directing?
directed the Avengers. What?
I don't.
Where have you been? Iron Man, bro?
Iron Man.
Like,
Happy.
I haven't seen a movie in like a couple of years now, so.
the Jungle Book, dude. Like the new ones.
The
good.
cartoon one,
He-
the cartoon Jungle
No,
Book.
no,
Yeah, I
no,
saw that
no,
one.
the new one.
The remake. The remake.
There's a new
Yeah,
one.
Oh my god.
you don't get out much, do you?
No, sadly.
He made
Most
a
of
really
my time
nice
spent right
movie.
here.
He made a really nice movie called Chef. You should
Never
go
heard of it.
see. That's a
Wait,
good one.
what movie?
Chef, I believe.
Which chef?
I think it's called Chef. It's Jon Favreau starring. It's a really good movie.
Chef.
Writing it
I look
down.
it up now.
I think it's
Everyone
called
is
Chef.
Googling now. What? What is he? What is he talking about?
Yeah.
Chef.
I think that was his
Written down.
directorial debut. I think.
Ah,
Was it?
All right,
No.
not to
I
switch
don't
the
know.
subject, but I never got to answer the hard thing in life that
He's
I
the
learned
cook.
go ahead.
from.
Is it-
Chef. No, Chef
and-
trailer. Robert Downey Jr.
We're trying to have a serious conversation over here, Bosch.
We had enough
That's
serious
alright.
conversation
That's
today.
alright.
No, if you did want to share, Bosch, by all means, please.
It's I mean, I hate to keep bringing up a rough subject, but with my dad,
Mhm.
he never talked to anybody. Um, he never met a stranger. If um, if I was like, hey, my buddy Deadeye in Oklahoma needs you to come out there, and we live in Kentucky, uh, he would drop everything and go. Wouldn't think about it. Would just go. Um, Always brought joy to people. You couldn't be around him without smiling. You just couldn't. But he never talked, and I was with him every day, and he never talked to me about any of his hurt. He never talked to me about any of his pain. So, uh, what I've learned from that is one, don't don't take for granted the people around you. You never know when your little smart ass comment may be the thing that pushes somebody over. Now, I'm not trying to add pressure on people. You should always try to be yourself, but put some thought into what they might be dealing with on a daily basis. But then also, I I can't be silent on my hurt. I've got to have somebody to talk to. So I've purposefully put people in my life that they may not like what I have to say, but they're going to hear it because I have to get it out. Um, that's what I've learned.
Oh,
I think that's
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roshi. Absolutely right.
a good note to leave it on. Be
Sorry, it sounds
grateful
like
for the
such a
ones.
downer.
No, I
Yeah.
think
Okay, look. We'll look at him again.
No, Beard's
Kinda
dog is
goofy.
getting emotional.
Um,
Can you hear him through the mic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I let him ride my recumbent bike a couple months ago, and he made it about 3 feet. And so I didn't ask him if he was okay. I just got my camera out and started taking pictures.
Damn.
It was just a lot of fun.
My dad got run over by a car a little bit ago. He like broke his ankle, but he
Okay.
tells me and sends me a picture, a text message picture of him laying on the ground like it just happened, and like he's waving at the camera. How am I supposed to care if you're hurt, Dad, if you're just sending me funny pictures of you laying on the ground
Right.
that you got? Jim, I just got run over. Oh my
Oh my
God.
god.
I know. But I think grateful for the loved ones, right? Grateful for the blood, the parents, the ones who made you, the ones who shaped you, the ones who molded you. I'm grateful for the world we live in.
It feels like Thanksgiving, man, and I didn't have this kind of talk. Usually I have this kind of talk what we're grateful for, around the table on Thanksgiving. We didn't have that this time of year, We
Mhm.
just and I miss that because we usually go to like a friend's place and we would get everybody together, neighbors, friends, and we have like 50 people or something as a tradition. And so I'm kind of grateful for doing something like this with y'all. I think it was really nice,
Absolutely.
actually.
Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, you never know how this stuff turns out, especially when you have like 11 guests in here, you don't know if, what happens. But I think we all together here, we did it, And it's really funny because I had like the idea like to do this like 8 days ago. When did I send you guys a message? Like last
Yeah.
Saturday or something?
Sorry for replying so late.
Don't worry, it's all good. And it's
I completely
amazing.
miss it.
It's
Yeah, it's the holidays, so I didn't know what was gonna happen,
Of
if we were
course,
gonna go do
of
something.
course.
So.
I didn't even expect, like, I was like, does that even work? Am I even crazy? Like asking like 10 people to join a podcast on that short notice, and you all were jumping into the boat with me here. So thank you, really.
You guys are absolutely kicking ass. So
And you guys are amazing. I mean, like I said, without you guys, your guys' support, this won't happen.
Yeah,
And
doesn't
my, my thinking was because you said so, Julian, being thankful, and I was thinking like, 2020 is gone, all the shit what was going on, and I thought like, I think it's time for people, to just let go and say like, let's kick ass in 2021. Let's shift some perspective
Yeah.
here.
I see a lot of hope in 2021. A lot of people are
Right.
optimistic
Mhm.
about what's coming out. I mean, especially with the COVID-19 thing. We have vaccines rolling out. Man, people are out and about getting things done for the holiday, despite everything that's going on here, at least in America. There's a lot to look forward to. I'm looking forward to going back to a concert that got canceled last time because of this. And imagine, I can't imagine how much more exciting
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be because people are just gonna go nuts, you know.
How much more grateful are you going to be, right? How much more grateful are you going to be to experience that concert, go out to that favorite restaurant you haven't been to in now a year plus, or do whatever it is you want to do,
Crazy.
right? I mean, sometimes they take things away from you, and it sucks, but again, it makes you more grateful for it in the end. And I mean, God, I know the whole world is going to be grateful that this COVID vaccine is out and the COVID crisis is done soon enough. I mean, that's something we can all come together on for sure.
Just because you said so, can we do one last question? What are you looking forward to in 2021?
That's easy for me. A puppy.
A puppy. Oh man, a good Battlefield game. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. But that's
Yes.
the end of
I have to second
2021.
that.
I don't care. I'll wait
If it
all
doesn't
year
get
for it.
delayed. Yeah, if it
Ah.
doesn't get delayed, which it might, but
Delay it
probably
and do it right. Delay it.
2022.
Battlefield
Well, they have,
and
yeah.
have Battlefield moments. Only in Battlefield moments. I think that's what the last two games were missing a lot.
Yeah, that's they
I mean,
they
you go
try to
back and
sneak that in, but it's too late.
You go back and play Battlefield 4, which I do quite a bit with my son. Battlefield moments like every 10 minutes, like only in Battlefield moments. It's like, how could you get away from what you were good at? I just,
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Corporate greed.
But Bosch, what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to in 2021?
I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to get on my bikes more. With my daughter and wife and son and other daughter. Looking forward to the next adventure. Pretty much. But go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, you're waking up. I couldn't hear you. I think you.
Oh, I heard him.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear him. Okay.
Oh.
What?
He's good.
If you look closer, we'll be able to hear better.
Looking forward to getting out on the bikes here, he said, with his family, and I forgot the last part now.
The next adventure.
Oh, the next adventure.
I do when I play Battlefield, like this feeling when you're in front of a corner and there's an enemy around, and then you lean basically, you lean
right.
your wheel. I do that all the time, and every time I do it, I fucking laugh.
Don't peek. Don't peek,
Missy.
I used to do that in high school. We played a bunch of chess. A bunch of people like to shop and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I find myself walking through the hallway and mentally moving students in chess moves and positions and taking out
Oh,
every
yeah.
I'm
over
doing
the
this
tile
like
floor.
I can almost, yeah. This is like, okay, am I going insane? Or...
That's funny.
Is there anyone else that does the thing?
Like Michael Jordan?
When you're concentrating, you're like,
oh yeah. I do that a lot. My mouth is like all over the place, man. I'm like licking my lips and doing weird stuff.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to stare at me when I'm concentrating.
Yeah, don't do that. Not to me. It's weird, dude.
I don't know. Cylon. I mean, Cylon, you're watching me. Do I do that? I have no idea if I do that actually. And because I'm not watching my own streams, I don't know if I do that.
Yeah, what do I do? Now I have to watch this
I think it's funny when people like move with the.
Right.
I do that. I do that.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like leaning around, It's so stupid.
When I'm flying, usually I'm like my neck is sticking up.
Fly. What do you fly?
Like that.
No,
I don't
Missy,
fly
you
that
are
much at
you
all,
are a
but-
statue while streaming.
I'm statue art streaming. I'm just
Statue.
sitting there doing
Well,
nothing and staring. Yeah, I'm too quiet. I'm not like Beard says already. I'm not a good streamer.
what?
I'm not. I'm.
Oh, just throw me under the bus here, why don't you?
Lol.
I'm not entertaining.
Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, usually when I only thing I do is when I go prone, I actually go prone in real life. So that's the only thing.
Holy shit.
Ow!
Oh my god.
What happens here? What happens
All right.
here?
Okay. I was just showing, depicting. Actually, what happened to my headset here? All right. I'm all right. We're back in it.
Yeah, make it stream, please. Please. Shit, I had my one more thing and also I forgot it. I see Bosch.
Watch what?
What were you looking for?
Would you guys go to, I asked you all, I think Julian, I asked Julian that already. Would you guys go to Gamescom
Huh. Next year?
next year, another year, whatever year?
Oh god. I mean, it really depends. Oh shit, that's
Deadeye,
expensive for me.
Deadeye, are you
First
still in
off.
the
I know.
chat?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not next year. Gamescom in Germany?
Yeah, it's in Cologne.
Shit, that's
I'm
a lot
still
of money, man.
look what
And-
no what
Oh.
no what I'm getting at. I'm
Gotta get
still
you
have
famous
I
first.
still have this idea. The tickets are not expensive. I mean, yes, of course, the flight is expensive, but the tickets for Gamescom is not expensive. And what I thought is, if we get enough people together, maybe we just rent a house. I could rent a house for us together. And we get enough people together, and I organize everything. And then we get everyone together. I'm just
yeah,
It's
saying.
not very
incredible.
optimistic of you.
I just get
don't
top
know.
bunk.
I'm always
And-
optimistic.
I want top bunk. That's it.
I want top punk.
I would just love to see everyone in person, on the time and spread love and hugs.
Hey, Missy, I would go if you would go.
I'm going for sure if it will happen. I'm going for sure. Just want to find out who else is going. Canadian. Well, we need to drink.
Vaccine or no vaccine? You going in hot or no?
Well,
Yes.
I don't think.
They
I
probably
would-
only let you in if you don't have
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I know. But I'm not really a fan of doing the first, being one of the first to get the vaccine. I'm more like I want to wait a little bit and see how it goes.
We're all gonna wait. That's for sure.
That's kind of my plan right now.
I'll guinea pig it. Give it to me. I
Nah,
don't
Yeah,
care.
there's millions of guinea pigs out there right now, so I'm just
Yeah.
watching.
let's
I'm
just watch that
watching,
first.
waiting.
Aren't they doing the old people first?
Yeah, healthcare workers and
Healthcare
older,
workers
yeah.
and older people first.
Well, I'm more on the conspiracy theory side, so I won't.
Yes.
What
I
does it
won't
mean?
spread
Oh God.
conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh.
You better
Oh.
get it.
Uh-oh. Here's another 3-hour podcast. All right, let's kick back.
Shit, man. Okay.
Anti-vaxxer Bosch. No, but no. Usually that's when new vaccines for novel viruses come out.
Easy call.
They say it's somewhat effective, 95% or higher, for specific one. Then there's many different ones too, and some you inject, some you have to take in. It gets crazy the more they come out, and not everything's the same. But when you get that big, large pot of a population, to get that herd immunity, that's where it really accelerates when you have the vaccine put into place for dense populations. That's where you want to watch. That's what you want to see. Once you see those numbers come down, the daily numbers, daily hospitalizations,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, that's where you know when it's over.
Yeah.
In your area, at least. In your
Yeah,
area.
in your area at least, right?
Yeah. So once you see worldwide numbers go down, that is the start of herd immunity around the world. But hey, it's only for one virus, so we can do this all over again in like next year. There could be a whole new novel virus for us to tackle.
Oh, there
and,
will be.
COVID
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
COVID 20. I mean, shit. We gotta do the best we
It's-
can.
Give us
The
a
thing
year
is,
off.
I
You'll give
don't
us a
think.
year,
I
right?
definitely
How
don't think it's over
prepared?
yet. Yeah.
how prepared is the world gonna be? That's the thing. So
Mhm,
maybe this is a wake up call. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
We'll
we
see.
are.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Well, we'll have
Maybe.
tons of extra masks.
Yes.
All right, guys. I think we are about to get to the end here. I would ask the chat for one more time. If you guys have any questions to anyone here, this is one thing, guys. Just shoot. And the other thing is, we kind of had the uh, naive idea, to get everyone who was in here once again into the Zoom call here. But I think it's if you don't mind, let's just wrap it up here. This was a long, long night.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It was super fun, right? It was super fun.
I had one quote I kind of wanted to leave you guys with. Living a life of gratefulness is important in the world because in our constant pursuit of more and better, we can easily lose sight of the riches that lay right in front of us and within us. So carry that with you in the days to come. I'm sure this podcast will go to the back of your mind as time goes by, but again, just living a life of gratefulness is important in the world because in our constant pursuit of a more and better, we easily lose
Oh,
sight
yeah.
of the riches that lay right in front of us and within us.
That's a nice quote. Thank you.
That's an
That's
awesome
all I
quote.
have to say.
My wife was calling. I do have one more thing, if you guys don't mind.
Yes,
of course.
please. Yeah, sure.
Being on gratefulness, a friend from church, I can't take credit for this. And I honestly don't know if he got it from somewhere, but something that's helped him out a lot is to make a list of 1,000 things that you're grateful for. Write them out on a piece of paper. Like, whether it takes you an hour, if it takes you a year, if it takes you 5 years. And it could be something you get up and I'm thankful for the sunrise. I'm thankful that it was raining. I'm thankful that my coffee tastes awesome. I'm thankful that the dog didn't shit on the floor. I mean, and then it could go into family and just whatever, but just make a list of 1,000. Hit that 1,000 things that you're grateful for, and then do it again, and then
Sounds
again,
amazing.
and just keep going. Just and it's things you can go back and look at, because we all go through rough times. So go back and look at your list. Even if you can't think of anything to add to your list, go back and look at your list. You'll always be reminded, and you'll see something else to be grateful for. We are, as a human society, we are so insanely blessed,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we need people to remind us, and sometimes we also need to remind ourselves to be grateful. That's it.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
It's a really great idea. Firgun said it as well. It's a great idea. I love it. I heard another idea which I loved as well. Like do a gratitude. Shit, what do you call it? A jar? A jar, right? A jar is something where you can put stuff in, right?
Or jar.
Yeah. Okay. So do a gratitude jar. Just take a piece of paper, write something down you're grateful for, put it in, and do it like every day. Just put it in, and after a year, you take the jar, get all the papers out, and read it again. It's a similar idea, right? So and there are so many ways, but at the end, what I love about it is really that it has scientifically an effect to your body. It does something to your brain which makes you feel more happy. If you want, Bosch, by the way, I found a very interesting TED talk about that the other day. I would love to send it to you if you like to see
absolutely.
it. I saw so much stuff all the week about it because I wanted to prepare better, and that's actually the one thing I love the most about doing this podcast, because pushes me to inform myself better, you know, to research about stuff and getting more educated in ways, you know. That's what I'm really grateful for, actually. So much stuff I can learn because of it. It's amazing. I love it.
On the grateful note, can I read a story? It's a small story, and I think a lot of people might have seen it on Twitter, but it really, really did something to me when I read it. And I was like, that's actually quite true. Um, it's about a war,
Hey,
or actually
chicken.
all the wars. Imagine you were born in 1900. When you are 14, World War One begins at the end, and it ends at 18, with 22 million deaths. Soon after, a global pandemic, the Spanish flu, kills 50 million people. You come out alive and free. You are 20 years old. Then, at the age of 29, you survive the global economic crisis that began with the collapse of the New York Stock Exchange, causing inflation, unemployment, and hunger. At 33, the Nazis came to power. You are 39 when World War II begins and ends at 45. During the Holocaust, 6 million Jews died. There will be more than 60 million deaths in total. When you are 52, the Korean War begins. At 64, the Vietnam War begins and ends at 75. A boy born in 1985 thinks his grandparents have no idea how difficult life is, but they have survived several wars and disasters. Boy born in 1995 and now 25 think it's the end of the world when his Amazon package takes more than 3 days to arrive, or when he doesn't get more than 15 likes for his photo posted on Facebook or Instagram. In 2020, many of us are living comfortably. We have access to different sources of home entertainment, and we often have more than we need. But people are complaining about everything. However, they have electricity, telephones, food, hot water, and a roof over their heads. None of this existed before. But humanity has survived much more dire circumstances and has never lost the joy of living. Maybe it's time to be less selfish, to stop complaining and crying.
It was
Yeah.
very, that was awesome.
That
Great.
really, really did something. I was like, whoa, yeah, true.
Always a matter of perspective, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks for sharing.